Hello. Hello, my beautiful people. I am Hallie. I'm back with Alignment and Light, and today we're doing a review or reaction to Just Pearly Things, which is one of my favorite YouTube channels. I just saw this earlier today, and I'm just gonna give you guys my reaction to it. Let's get into it. Let me know if you agree with what I said, agree with what she or any of the other people said, disagree, whatever. Want to get the conversation going. That's the most important thing. So don't forget to subscribe and, watch until the end of the video. Let's get this going.
How pretty do you need a wifey to be?
A wife.
Yeah, wife.
6,
Six?
7.
6,
See?
7.
What's
That's
the
not
most
yeah,
important
but
thing?
remember, women are looking for the 8s, 9s, and 10s because we look for 20% of guys. So women are more picky than men are. And
Yeah.
this is just two guys.
And you see, one thing you need to understand: the more successful a guy is, the more he's gonna literally increase the percentage. Like the average dude, he don't matter if you're a 5, that's good as long as you're cooperative and submissive. He's good with that. But majority of females are not submissive. They carry this masculine energy about them.
Okay.
I think what when you were asking that question, Pearl, right? One of the things that a lot of women don't understand about men is generally we prefer a woman's character, right? So a woman could be, there's a thing that says, oh, the pretty girls are crazy, or the baddies are crazy, right? For a long-term relationship, that's not sustainable. Okay, so when you're looking for a wife, you want a woman who is going to have good character. And a lot of the time, when women have only been shown and told that their looks are the be all and end all, they haven't had time to work on their character. And so what it is that they just think pretty gets them through the door. And I've said a lot of women do not understand specifically that.
And I can definitely attest to that because I'm like, as a woman who, obviously I'm, at least I consider myself an 8, to other people, maybe I could be a 7, I could be a 9. My man considers me a 9. But either way, I'm higher on the attractive scale. Like before I ran into this type of content, I definitely didn't feel the need to work on my character. Like, to be honest, because I'm like, I got everything that I wanted from family, from friends, from men, from jobs, like even to like into that spectrum, I could get things that I wanted based on my looks. Like, pretty privilege is real. Like, that shit is real. Like, you will get better opportunities. It's even shown in like when you're on a, what's it called? You're in court and you're trying to get like sentencing. People with like prettier privileges, even men, get lighter sentences. So I'm like, that whole people treat you better when you're pretty is real. So it's like especially a lot of women, when you're pretty, you stop trying to develop anything else because you already know that you can get whatever you want just by using this. So they stop trying to develop this because it's like, I don't need to. And so it's like, I won't say that's for every pretty woman, obviously, because I'm like, that doesn't apply to me, like, but for the most part, a lot of pretty women get what they want in life without having to use this. So they never had to develop this or character, like he's saying. And so that's why a lot of men will choose to go down in looks for a woman that has a feminine and cooperative mindset, because that is something that's going to take you far. People are too superficial these days, men and women. They're trying to, men think too much with their dicks and they over sexualize women and forget that women can actually be there to help you build like a whole lifestyle, a whole like way of living, a whole kingdom. And it's not just about sex, but because a lot of men be so just horny and thinking with their dicks, they will fuck whoever is willing instead of taking the time to work on themselves, build themselves up to where they're in their 30s and 40s, got their kingdom ready, and now they're ready to start a family. But no, they want to just focus on having sex right away and having reckless sex, not choosing wisely who they're sharing their seed with, and then now they end up with these crazy baby mamas. And now here they are coming up talking shit about you, not wanting to, stay with the family that they have already created, neither of you. And then now here's where we are with the Black community having 3 out of 4 Black children not having a father in the home. That is our biggest problem. But we want to act like it's, the white man and it's the white boogeyman that is the issue. And that's, what's happening. So that's just my little take on what he was saying, but let's get back into it.
When you have a vagina, which you have, that's just not good enough to sustain a relationship. It's really not. And if you think that your vagina is going to sustain a relationship and you haven't worked on your character, that man's going to go elsewhere.
Of course.
I agree.
But then again, it goes back to the point that I was trying to make. We can say all of that, but at the end of the day, women are extremely insecure because the same way we can say, oh yeah, a wife needs to be at least a 5 but have a good character. You see a 10 walking down the street, you're going to be tempted. That's just men. The hormones play funny games. And that's why a lot of men will have beautiful, amazing wives at home and they're out there with side chicks. And that's not because the woman is not submissive and doesn't know how to take care of her man. The same way we want to, crucify women now because it's that time to put the
If you're texting a girl you really like, but she's leaving you on red, waiting hours to reply, or ghosting,
the lens on women, we also need to look at the fact that men are also not appreciating a lot of the women that are out there. I was in a 5-year relationship. I have a strong character, but I know how to be a wife. I know how to make my man feel like he's in control.
Wait, can I ask a question though?
What's
You said that you go into a relationship when you're 23, right?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, statistically, women are literally in their whole phases from like 18 to 25. So even if you're getting bagged when you're 23, in reality, you're trying to escape.
According to what? To the numbers, these times, and this is what I say, there's no point in generalizing women because from my own personal experience, knowing myself, even knowing these girls here next to me, not every single woman is wanting to escape the whole life because if I wanted to be in whole life, I would do it forever.
Okay, so then why did your relationship?
No, you wouldn't do it.
My
forever.
relationship ended. This is a funny question because I love it when people ask me this because they look at my character and they think, oh, it must be because the Nava is, difficult to deal with. No, it's not. I was actually...
Do you think you are?
No. I'm actually very easygoing, and this is the funniest thing. I'm a pretty girl now. I grew up as a tomboy, so the boys have always been the man them. I know how to deal with men. I know what men want. I know how they think. I can get on with them. The reason why my relationship ended actually is because I had a man that could not actually be able to understand how I can be all of these cool things and be powerful in who I am. He got jealous of my light, and he couldn't understand that I could be powerful in my femininity. And that's
Wait, can you...
So I'm gonna have to pause that there because I'm like, as a Black woman myself, I'm like relating to her. I'm like, I get it. I get it. I don't think that she realizes like how she's really coming off as very, very masculine and over like domineering. And I think there's nothing like wrong with that unless you're looking for, a man that's also masculine, because I'm like, if you're looking for that, you can't also be that. Like, I think she's trying to tell us that she's coming across as, or in her relationships, that she's not masculine, but I'm like, even just the way she's talking, she's acting, her body language, like it's just very masculine over and domineering. And I don't think that she realizes it. So I'm like, I'm gonna let her continue, to go on, but I'm like, I just wanted to common and like that.
Elaborate when you mean powerful in your femininity.
Do you
I'm
know?
an educated woman. I'm funny. I'm pretty.
Oh, and there it is. I'm an educated woman. See, I'm like, he asked him like, so what is your, like, how do you show your femininity? And then you start talking about your education. I'm like, what does your education have to do with your femininity? Nothing. It actually shows more masculinity than femininity for you to be talking about your education when someone asks you like, so what is the way that you showed your femininity? You're like, my education. Man, I'm confused. What does education have to do with femininity? Like I am Confucian. Please help me understand.
Pretty.
So
I'm street
you
smart.
see when women say I'm educated, that's when they think I should be the boss.
I'll tell you why. I tell you why me being educated is
Exactly.
important. I've got 3 degrees. You know what that means? It doesn't actually mean.
I have 3 degrees. I have 3 degrees. Where's Kevin? I need my own little soundboard like Kevin. I have a PhD. I have 3 degrees. I need that. Where is that? I need to come up with my own little soundboard, bro.
Listen, I'm so sorry.
Wait. Let me
Degrees
finish.
don't mean shit.
They do mean a lot.
I have 3 degrees, honey. I have 3.
They don't.
No.
What's a degree
Wait,
gonna
I'll
do?
tell you what it means. It means hard work and perseverance.
Fuck that. Let me tell you the fact.
wait.
Oh, child. It means hard work and persevere. Now, see, I totally can, like, because we've been so brainwashed to think that education is like the best thing that you can do, and that means that like you've done something when you've gotten degrees. I can say that look, I get it. I got my degree when I was still in the brainwashed state and thinking that that meant that I was like doing something, I was conquering the world. Let me sit here and tell you, 3 degrees for the most part just means that you're just in 3 times more debt. 3 degrees, 3 times more debt. It doesn't mean what you think it's gonna mean. I'm sorry. I hate to break the illusion or whatever the fuck, but like it's not what you think it is.
Let me
Let me tell you the fact.
Let me tell you.
I just
Let me
want to
tell you.
add
But
one
what she
thing.
means
I just
by
wanna-
that
I
is
just
that
wanna
she knows a lot.
I just want to add
One
one
at a
thing.
time.
I went from the US to the UK. Your school's easy here. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
said it. Easy.
It's okay. It's easy depending on how you do it, because I was a first class student because I worked hard, because what I wanted was to prove to myself that I can put myself into any project, see it through, work hard and maintain my life the way that it's meant to be. My degrees don't make me feel more powerful than anybody. My degrees prove to me that if I put my mind to something and I work hard, I get the results. So I know that I'm a survivor.
You could have done that with like something that would actually have made you money instead of something that puts you into debt. But I'm like, I'm not trying to take away from your accomplishments, sister, but like it's just not what you think it is, especially in terms of the sexual marketplace, which is what we were talking about.
I'm a warrior, I'm a soldier. And that is something that actually a man should be very grateful to have, because that's the kind of woman that will be able to support you. When you have a plan, when you have a project.
So because you completed 3 degrees, now you're a soldier. What? How does that make you a soldier? Because in the real world, when stuff starts to, deplode and not like be so nice and cute like how it is, I don't know how your 3 degrees are going to like protect you from people that are coming into your house and trying to kill you. You're going to need a man to help and protect you in that space. Your 3 degrees are not going to protect you from the people that are going to try to come into your house and take your stuff. But okay, go ahead.
She'll be able to be there for you
Are
and
you
understand
are you now telling men what they're supposed to value?
I'm telling men that they should value actually a woman that can help them. If the world was to end tomorrow, you would need a woman
That's
like
you
you by
want-
your
hang
side.
on 1 second. That's the problem, right?
men do
Hang on.
that about women?
I'll tell you what the problem is. Like Linda said, right? Women don't know what men want. And the fact that you think you can sit there and tell men what they should actually want without actually asking them what they actually want is the problem.
Okay, I'll tell you how I know
Hold
this.
on. Do you know what women want?
Oh, we know what women want. We've been
Like
told
what?
we've been told what women want
Give us in 5 bullet
from day
points
one.
what
You
you
want a
think.
protector,
5
you want
bullet
you want a
points.
provider,
Right.
Right? You want somebody who can be a good father, right? You want someone to support your dreams if you have them, right?
You're
Did I
missing
did
a
did,
main
did,
one.
did I
That is-
You want somebody who listens. You want a man who Like, we've heard all of this
Do you know
as
what I
men.
mean?
Like, we've heard it for like,
Listen,
Exactly. I'm like, women have been telling men what they want. Men have to literally go and research and think about what women want because they have to pursue us. So they have to be, if they're going to, be successful in pursuing us and getting, us, they have to go and look out and see what the fuck we want, what it is that will attract us. But because women, we are the ones that get attention to us from when we're damn near born, or at least from 13 on, we get attention from men. We don't have to think about what they want, which is how we got into this place now, because the world is so civilized. And it's insane, honestly, that like as women, we have no clue what men want. So that's why you have these women on TikTok that are, which I'm like, I'm not on, but I see people on YouTube and Instagram sharing their videos that like of single and childless women explaining how sad they are that they don't have, a family and people to come home to. But people are acting like this rich auntie thing, which I thought that I wanted to be. So I'm like, don't get me wrong. I thought that that's what I wanted to be. I thought I wanted to be the rich auntie, da, da, da. I don't have any kids. I don't have any responsibilities. Da, da, da. But like at a certain point, that shit is lonely. That shit is lonely. Nobody wants to, be like that. So it's insane. We're getting fed messaging, and you can see it all right here through all of Pearl's interviews.
we've heard it for decades.
This is the facts,
you
yeah.
We need you to be genuine.
All,
Well,
no,
you know,
all-
No,
actually,
you
let
don't.
me-
No, we
Hang on,
do.
wait.
Let me ask you guys, what do you think men want?
Give me
three.
three. I was gonna say.
Because I just named 5,
Okay,
and I got
give me
4
three,
out of
give me
5.
three.
Men want somebody that can be a support system without judgment. That means that when you come home and you're having your man problems, you can actually come to somebody and be that person that lays down and shows some sort of vulnerability without being judged. Because a man is a man.
Bullet
So-
point them. Bullet point what men want.
That's one. You want somebody that can be caring, but listening to you without judgment. You want somebody you can trust. Okay. 2, you want somebody that is nurturing, because that person is going to be your wife, is going to be the mother of your children, and your offspring. Obviously, they have to succeed in life, and you ideally. So you'd want somebody that can nurture that and create a home out of a house. And then 3rd, you probably want someone that can actually satisfy. Not probably, definitely that satisfies your needs sexually.
No, listen.
Wait,
Where
wait.
is the submission part, though?
Wait.
I was waiting for that.
Corporation
I was
part.
waiting for that.
The submission comes from the part where the woman is supportive. Submission doesn't actually mean the woman has to be below a man. A woman needs to be supportive of his role.
Yeah, you don't know
the
what
same
men
way
want.
a man needs to be supportive of
You don't know
of
what
her
men
role.
want.
No.
You actually don't know what men want.
man.
I think if that's not what men want, there's the same way that women want certain things.
There's 3 guys here.
Men then should reconsider as well what they think women want.
Shout out to Sarah Garvey. This is, if you don't know who he is, he's the one in the blue pants. Go check out his channel. He's amazing. I love him. He's great. Sarah Garvey is the shit. And I agree with him. And that she does not know what men want. She's saying what men want in the women's filter, where it's like women don't have to ever think about, like I said, what men want, because we don't have to pursue them. So it's super easy for us to just sit back and we just really get narcissistic in caring about what we want. And then we think that like what we want is what men want. And it's completely opposite. And so in this gynocentric society, we don't have to ever think about what men want. And so that's why when you age out of your like peak in the sexual marketplace value, then women start saying that they hate men and like there's no men out there. And it's like, no, it's just like you peaked out of, when you were actually the best at your sexual marketplace value, and now you're not happy with your options. Like, so just say that, but don't say there's no men. Like, no, you just waited too long. You were playing too many games with the men. You probably had top quality men, or whatever men that you could qualify for, but then you wanted to play them off to like have fun and do whatever you wanted to do and thought they were going to be around forever. And that's just not how that works, because I mean, feminism and all of these media programs lie to you. because the point is to not have you build strong family relationships early on. It's to have you be lonely and single and on the depressants, because 1 in 4 women in America, or in the world actually, I think, is on antidepressants. So that's obviously something that helps big pharma get to their goals that they want to get to, not to where you want to get to. So it's obviously not for your benefit. What is wrong with this thing?
Because the problem is that I don't feel like people understand what a partnership or unionship means between a man and a woman. There's a lack of understanding of what you're actually meant to be doing together.
So when I named those 4 or 5 things, was I generally right?
Yeah.
Kind of, but
Right,
not
okay.
really.
When you just
I don't
when
need
you
somebody
just
to
hang on,
support
when you
my
just went on your
dreams.
rant, do you think you were generally right?
Yes.
No, you weren't.
I believe I was, for sure.
This
For
is
sure.
and this is the problem.
No, because okay, so don't you want a woman that you come home and say, you know, babe, I had
Okay,
a
so
stressful day,
so the
and
problem
she'll
so the
support
problem
in
is
that way?
If you think you do
hang
that,
on,
why
the
don't
problem
you
is
tell us?
the problem is you speak a lot but you don't listen. That's the
Okay,
problem.
what didn't I
And so
listen
when
to?
men speak, and this has been the problem for like a long time. When men start speaking and telling you exactly what they want, women find excuses as to not give the men what they're actually asking for. Okay, so when men start saying what they want, women start saying,
As many of you know, I was just banned on TikTok, and we are
Okay, so love Pearl, but I'm gonna stop it here. Definitely support her channel. She's amazing. Like, I love the content that she does. It's really good stuff. Like, suggest everyone supports her, that can, and go ahead and do that on her channel. I'm gonna link the original video into this, but just wanted to end that with, I think it's really important for women to start paying attention, to what men are talking about. Like, men, because they're the pursuers of us, they have to, learn and be accustomed to what we want, what we like, all of those things. But like, in order to be a really good partner to a man, I feel like you should learn about what they actually want too, because it's really selfish to just care about what you want in a relationship. Like, you should care about what your partner actually wants too, so that you guys can grow and build together. So I hope that's what you guys got from the video. If you disagree, if you agree, comment. I would love to hear what you have to say about it. And don't forget to subscribe. I will be here on the next one. And I hope you guys keep living in light